Welcome to Italy, a magical country that inspires the imagination and is home to some of the most amazing places in the world. With its bays, rivers, beaches, and mountains, Italy offers its citizens and tourists some of the most wonderful experiences on the planet. Are you ready for an adventure? Don't take your eyes off the screen and immerse yourself in this journey, where we will explore the history, the most beautiful places, and even the most delicious food of this country. Let's get started. Italy, with its distinctive shape, is renowned as the boot-shaped country, known for its transcontinental nature. It's not only connected to Europe, but also has territories in close proximity to Africa, such as the two small islands of Pantelleria and Pelagias, located just a few kilometers off the coast of Tunisia. Italy is divided into 4 major regions, each contributing to the geographical splendor of the country. The northern part boasts magnificent mountain ranges, the Alps, with its highest peak known as Monte Bianco or Mont Blanc, as you may be familiar with. The Dolomites and meadows that grace the slopes of the Alps give way to the Po Plain, which cradles Italy's most significant river, also named Po. Let's not forget about the Apennines, the mountain range considered the backbone of the Italian peninsula. Lastly, the island region beckons with its enchanting islands, captivating coasts, and stunning beaches, providing the perfect setting for a well-deserved vacation with your loved ones. History, tradition, and culture. Did you know that Italy holds the title of the capital of civilization and the Renaissance? It's true, just as you've heard. Florence, in particular, is regarded as the pinnacle of art and knowledge in all of Europe. It serves as the birthplace of great thinkers like Francesco Petrarca and Giovanni Boccaccio, who laid the foundations of classical humanism and the Tuscan language, which later evolved into Italian. Yes, that's right. Italian is, in fact, derived from the original Tuscan language and subsequently adopted throughout the country. A century later, other prominent artists emerged, such as Donatello in sculpture and Filippo Brunelleschi in architecture, imparting the mesmerizing charm that still graces the streets of Florence today. The city has been a beacon for countless artists who have elevated Italy to the zenith of artistic excellence. It didn't take long for geniuses like Da Vinci, Master Raphael, and, of course, Michelangelo to walk these very streets, becoming artistic icons not only of Florence, but also of the entire country and continent. Who hasn't marveled at the Mona Lisa, gazed upon the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, or admired the School of Athens? As we venture north, we encounter the province of Emilia-Romagna. Remember this name well, as you wouldn't want to miss any of the following details we're about to share with you. The name itself pays homage to the ancient Roman road called Via Emilia, which linked the entire country through its picturesque hillsides, including Bologna, the region's capital. And yes, you guessed it right. Bologna is not only renowned for being the birthplace of the delectable Bolognese sauce, but also for being one of the most captivating cities in the country. Beyond its culinary delights, Bologna is home to the oldest university in Europe, established in the year 1088, no less. If we go a little further, between the cities of Bologna and Venice, we find the city of Ravenna, ancient capital of the Roman and Byzantine empires. But wait, there's more. In this region of Emilia-Romagna, we also find the city of Modena, nothing more and nothing less than the city that has made Italy internationally famous for nothing more and nothing less than its super sports car brands that have dazzled the whole world. Yes, we're talking about Ferrari, Maserati, and Lamborghini. In fact, a curious fact is that the main attractions of these cities are the great facilities that these brands have and that people can visit. This popular village ends on the Ligurian coast, where its beautiful capital Genoa is located. This is one of the most beautiful coastal regions of the country, with a breathtaking view of the sea from almost any balcony and sunsets of the most intense and beautiful orange color in the world. But silence, Bruno, there's something you haven't realized yet. In case you didn't know, Liguria is the place that served as inspiration for the movie Luca. A curious fact, after the release of the movie, tourism in the region increased considerably, receiving millions of tourists throughout the year. Continuing our tour of the wonderful cities of Italy, this time we head north to the Lake District. The lakes of northern Italy are famous for their unique combination of magnificent scenery and artistic heritage. But their name is no small thing, and that is because there are 5 great lakes that bring unparalleled beauty to this region. Lake Maggiore. This is the westernmost lake, with its impressive Borromine Islands that will give you the best experience of your trip to this region. Lugano, a small city on the shores of the lake, completely surrounded by Swiss territory. However, something interesting is that it preserves intact its most classical Italian traditions. Lake Como. Undoubtedly the most spectacular of the lakes, it is 50 kilometers long and up to 5 kilometers wide. But that's not all. It's also known as the deepest lake in Europe, with a depth of 410 meters. Lake Iseo. Dominated by its peculiar shape and possessing an island. An interesting fact is that, being 600 meters above sea level, it is considered the highest island in the world. La Garda. Undoubtedly the most popular among tourists from Northern Europe, and why not, from all over the world. It is the cleanest and largest lake in the region, with a spectacular flora and diverse fauna that makes it attractive to everyone. We cannot leave out from this wonderful trip the main tourist attractions of Italy. Exactly. We are talking about the great Roman Colosseum, the Vatican City, the Tower of Pisa, and Venice. A visit to Rome is not complete without a stop at the Colosseum, the place where the great events of the Middle Ages took place and where, on many occasions, fights were fought for the entertainment of the emperor. Today, there are some representations of the time that attract thousands of tourists every day. Fortunately, no one can be condemned to fight with lions in the Colosseum. A few kilometers away is the Vatican City, an autonomous city surrounded by a country. Yes, even if it doesn't make much sense to you, it is. The Vatican is an independent state that requires a passport to enter. But once inside, the beauty of St. Peter's Square and the cathedral will leave you in awe. Italy is also home to the world's most famous tower after the Eiffel Tower, the Leaning Tower of Pisa. This magnificent leaning tower keeps the flame of the country's history alive. Finally, wouldn't you like to visit the canals of Venice? I'm sure you would. And those streets full of water and gondolas of love will surely give you one of the greatest experiences of your life. Gastronomy. Each of the regions we have visited has its own gastronomic diversity and makes it unique and varied. They say that Italy is not only pasta and tomatoes, but much more. Of course, it would take several videos to talk about all the Italian gastronomy, especially if we take into account each region of the country. But while we're here, why not mention some of the most emblematic dishes of this spectacular country? Coffee. There is no home in Italy that does not enjoy a strong coffee in the morning. In Italy, they are coffee lovers, especially espresso. In fact, as a curious fact, it is estimated that over 14 billion cups of coffee are consumed every year, which means an absurd amount of almost 39 million cups a day in the whole country. Cheese. Yes, the Italians are cheese lovers. In fact, did you know that there are over 2,500 types of cheese in Italy alone? That's more than we'll ever get to try. Of course, Parmesan and mozzarella stand out as the most famous in the world. Polenta. Made from corn and water, polenta is the most repeated dish in every traditional Italian home. It is so popular that European and even Latin American countries have adopted polenta as part of their cuisine. Tomato. Yes, just like cheese, there are dozens of varieties of tomato in Italy that you may not even know exist. Southern Italy is known as the region with the best tomatoes in the world, and their export is taken very seriously. How can it not be the best tomato when the best pomodoro sauces for pizza and pasta come from there? Economy. Of course, the perfect combination of beautiful places steeped in history and culture, unique gastronomy, and constant tourism have made Italy a benchmark for tourism in Europe. However, it is the more than 1.6 million farms, totaling almost 13 million hectares of productive land, that have made agriculture produce a little more than 2% of the country's GDP. Vegetables, fruit, olive oil, livestock, and wine production are the main products on which the internal and external economy is based, recognized for their high level of quality all over the world. On the other hand, the manufacturing industry has been responsible for the technological and economic growth of the country, becoming a reference in the export of machinery, chemical products, sports cars, textiles, and footwear, with Gucci being the most important Italian fashion brand. Every year, more than 65 million tourists visit the country, and they arrive with the only concern of not wanting to leave. And you, what are you waiting for to visit Italy? If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any new videos. See you next time.